Now let's get into the advanced feature of Selenium, what all the things we can do it. So browser commands. Okay, what all the things that we can do in the Selenium WebDriver? We have a get command. Get command is used to launch a URL or a web page. Get title, get the title of the page. Get URL, get page source. The actual source code you can fetch it, okay? And you can do many things as per your requirement, okay? You can close any of your browser, you can quit the WebDriver, and you have an option to refresh your page, okay? So see, now you can see the advanced format. You can actually refresh your page. You have an option to go back in your page. You have an option to go front in your page. If I am on page, if I'm moving from page 1 to page 2 and I'm moving from page 2 to page 3, I can use WebDriver, say go back. It will go to page 3 to page 2. I'll say go forward. From page 2 to it will go to page 3. So we'll see the demo of it, okay? So let's start one by one. So if I say get command is used to open the URL. Okay, so let me go back to the project where I have created it. So here, friends, I'll take an example of Firefox. I have written it in for Firefox. Same way it goes for other browsers as well. Okay, so as of now, just we know how to launch a driver, right? Okay, so just right now focus on the test case part. Okay, we'll see the commands. So once my driver is ready, I have written WebDriver driver equal to new and Firefox driver. Okay, then in that driver you saw, right, it was it can come in any size. So it is having an option called to maximize the browser. Once it is launch your browser, how to maximize your browser? Say called driver.manage dot window dot maximize. Okay, so just practice it. Whatever things I am telling, you won't be missing anything. Okay, make sure that whatever things I am telling you, everything is up and ready for you. Okay, just revise those things, do hands-on. It will become, the code will become very handy. If someone will ask you, you will be able to write it. Okay, so we'll see about this line in the coming slides, so don't worry about this. Okay, as of now, just leave it. Just focus on that I have launched the driver and I have maximized the driver, maximize the browser. So let me put this part of the code after the test so that it will not create a confusion. So and now I'll say which part of the thing we are saying get. So if I say get, and I'll give my URL. So if I want to open www.w3c.org, if I want to open facebook.com, if I want to open microsoft.com, if I want to open ibm.com, I'll just put the value within these double quotation and I'll say driver.get. So if I'll say driver dot and I'll press control space, you can see these are the list of things we can do. Okay, like we can find an element, we can get the page source, we can get the title, we can get the, there is a thing called manage, navigate. We'll see what is navigate. We can quit, we can switch to new window, we can wait for the object to come, we can wait for a specific time. Okay, so as of now we'll see the get. So get will help us in launching the browser. Okay, once your browser will be launched, then we'll see what to do next. So let me run this part of the code. And let me do one more thing. Let me close my browser because I think something is wrong with Firefox. So it is taking lots of time to execute it. Okay, let it come. It's taking so much time that I'm getting, just wasting our time. Okay, so let it come. Okay, it has it is saying unable to bind port. Okay, fine. I've closed it. Okay, let me rerun it again. I think I've closed my browser, so this time it should not take lots of time. So let it come, friends. So we should not spend more time on waiting for the browser to come. So let it come. If we could have used any other browser called IE and Firefox, it wouldn't have. We should not take that much time. Okay. So I've launched the Microsoft.com site, en/-in and default.asp. So how to launch it in this way? It is hacked. It is getting hacked. Okay. Okay, it has launched, and then it will wait for a few seconds. I have put some few seconds in the script so you guys can see, okay, the application has been launched, and it will close the application. So once it will launch, specifically I have put some wait so you guys can actually see the application is up and running. Okay. And once the execution is done, I am saying quit. Quit means just close the driver. Everything will be done. Okay. Let me go back to the PPT. So get was used to launch an application. After that, we have get title and get current URL. So if I'll go to my code, I don't know how. 1 second, friends. Okay. So page title and URL. So how to write page title and URL? You will first launch the application. Which application? Just give the name of the application. Then I am trying to get the title and URL of it. So how to get the title and URL? See, friends, these are the additional benefits that you need to do it. These are the validation points I am taking up with an example. So if you want to validate that the page that you have gone is having that title or not, and you want to check the URL, these are the validation things people do it in testing. You want to validate the URL. So I'll just say driver.get URL. Okay, you can see if I type get, you can see it is URL is coming. Okay, 1 second, get title. So get title is there. Okay, so if I want to get the URL, I'll say get URL. So it will print me the URL. Let me run it. I was not expecting that this will take this much of time to launch. That's the reason I wrote the code before only, so that it will help us in, it will save lots of our time in rather than writing. Okay, so let it execute. We'll see that once the execution, because it will launch, we'll come to know that it is printing the title and the URL. Okay. So let me go to the next slide. So how to get the page source and what does close mean? So if I want to get the source code of the page, I'll say driver.get page source. And if I want to, if 2-3 browsers are open, then if I want to see close one of the browser, I'll say driver.close. So it will always close the current, this thing, current window. If 2-3 browsers are open, it will always close the current window. Okay, friends. So I think rather than using Firefox, something is wrong in my system. Let me take Chrome or IE, because that was launching it quickly. Anyways, it has launched now, and let it run. I'm not good with that. It is. Let me go to 1 second. Let me take Chrome only, and I'll copy only these 3 parts. That's it. See, now it has completed the execution. So page title was Microsoft, and the URL that we can say, it will be the URL. So you can fetch the URL and the title of it. Let me close everything, and let me go back to the project we were referring to. That was title and URL. And let me replace this driver with the settings that we have. I'm just doing a housekeeping work. Let me come to it quickly. So this will, I think it is much better than what we have with Firefox. I don't know, something is wrong in my browser. So that's the reason it's taking that much of time. Okay, so that was about title and current page. So how to write it? You can see in the screenshot and print it. Then what does quit and navigate means? Quit means if I say driver.quit, you can see in the code, if I say driver.quit, what happens? The driver gets closed. Okay. And when I say navigate.refresh, what it will do, it will refresh the GUI. Okay. And okay, let me go back and show you the example for refresh. First, let me copy this line because Chrome is working fine in my system. So demo refresh, yes. So I'll put it here in the driver, enter, save it, give an enter, save it, put it on execution. So what I'm doing here, I'm going to Microsoft site, I'm getting the title and URL, and I'm refreshing the page, and then I'm waiting for 2 seconds. Again, I'm refreshing the page, I'm waiting for 2 seconds. So 3 times I'm refreshing the page and waiting for 2 seconds, so that we can see actually if someone asks you how, if we want to refresh the page, how to do it. So let it complete. I'll tell you a scenario when it was used. Like I'll take one of my experience examples, like use case where exactly it was used. So let it first launch. So it is launched. It will refresh the page again. Yeah, I'll tell you, Palni, the refresh routine close and quit. So it is refreshing the page. It has waited. Then again it is refreshing the page. So like this way it is doing multiple times. It is waiting, and again it is done. So when it was basically used, I remember there was an application where they were generating a report. Okay, so that report used to be uploaded on the server. So when they were doing it manually, what they used to do, they have 2 options. Either you keep refreshing the page, in 5th or 6th attempt it will come, or you have to actually go to the server, do some changes in it and come. So what their requirement was, if we refresh the page 10 times, in 1st and 2nd attempt only or 3rd attempt it should come. So they put the condition, they keep on refreshing the page back to back and check the condition. The report has come, no, refresh the page. The report has come, no, refresh the page. The report has come, no, refresh the page. So in those scenarios where you have done something and you need to refresh the page to get the things reflect on the application, at that time it will work. Okay. So Palani was having a question, what is the difference between close and quit? Okay. So Palani, close is used, driver.close is used when you have 2 browsers open and you want to close one of the browsers, so that like I have clicked on something in some link and because of that a new window has come, I'll do something there and I want to come back to window 1, so I'll close that window first and do it. So driver.close means close the current window. When I say driver.quit, that means close everything, close the driver. Okay, I think I've answered your question, Palani. Anuj has a question, sir, can we navigate? I'll show you a demo, Palani, no need to worry. In coming slides we have, you will see the difference between close and quit also. So for a time being, that was an explanation for your question. Sir, can we navigate to open source QMS homepage and click on e-commerce page? I'm not able to generate XPath for the links. Anuj, can you give me a few minutes so that let me complete this and then we'll go back to that part of the thing. So first try to understand this, then we'll go to, that is a separate question that you have. So we can take up at the end or maybe in the in between when we have a session. Okay. So Palani is saying close will end the browser instance. Yes, the current instance. If you have only one browser, close will not work. But if you have multiple browser, 2-3 windows, if you want to close one of the windows, that time the close will help you. Because if you say driver.close, it won't close the browser, because when you say driver.quit, then only everything will be closed. But you have 2 windows open and you want to close one of the windows, then in that case close will help you. Okay, Palani? We'll see in the coming slides. No need to worry, Palani. We'll see it. Okay. So we saw how to refresh it. So how to refresh, how to write it, friends? Driver.navigate.refresh. That is the syntax to write it. So if I'll right click on it, I'll get navigate, and in that if I'll right click on it, I'll get the list of options. Like I can go back, I can move forward. We'll see the demo of it. So as of now, yeah, I'm interested in refresh. So I'll get a refresh, it will refresh my page. Okay. And at the same time, you guys can compare the difference between RC and you can see these advanced features. These were not there in RC. So Selenium element commands Okay, this is about, I think, finding an object. Okay, so before I go there, let me show you a few more things. In between we missed page source. So in page source, we'll get the source code of the application. Okay, okay, friends. Let me put this part of the code here, and I'll run it. So what this part of the code is doing, I'll download the Chrome driver, then I'll launch the W3C one URL I've taken, and it will print the source code of it. Okay. So first let me show you manually what data exactly I have there. So I've taken a basic page, so that because the page can contain lots of data, so just to make the things clear, so I'll right click on it, I'll go use Firebug, and you will get the source code of it. Let me execute it at the same time from here. So how to get the source code? Just say driver.get page source. You will get the page source. Okay. Let me run this part of the code first. So it has launched the application, and it will close the application. Okay. So you can see the data it has printed, complete data it has printed in the console. 1 second. Oh my goodness, this window is irritating me a lot. Okay, so here you can see the complete source code of that page. Okay, so let's compare it with this part of the code. Okay, what we have got from here. Okay, so whatever data you can see here is coming. Okay, if I'll expand it, you can see scripts information, page script information, links, because right now you can see only this information, but if we'll go back to the console, you can see full header information is there. Okay, it has loaded all the details and it is coming in one flow. So these were the internal details, but basically we will be interested in what? We'll be interested in HTML code. So you can see that if frame container and header, iframes, footer text, so all this information you can fetch it off the same page source code. Okay, so you can practice it and see how it is coming for you guys. Okay, so once you will do it by yourself, you will come to know, okay, this is how these things are done. Okay, first let me move this window somewhere else. So web element commands, how to interact with the web application. So we launched the browsers and we were getting the URL of it. Okay, now we'll see how exactly we'll interact it. You saw, friends, there we were giving specifically a property, ID property and name property. So here also we need to give the list of properties so that we can interact with it. Okay, so web elements as HTML tags are used in a web page. So whatever we saw things in RC, like that way we have in Selenium also for finding a property. Okay, so we have seen the locator techniques class yesterday. We have seen from basic to advanced. We saw everything, whatever things like even if we don't have an option, how to use an XPath, relative XPath, ID, name, CSS, dot class property, other forms of the CSS. All those things are applicable in WebDriver. So how to write it in WebDriver? So if you have a screenshot, I've taken a property, I've taken a screenshot. Sorry, I just said it wrongly. If you have an application and in that your source code something looks like this: input tag, ID equal to username, name equal to login or text. So how you will write it? You need to say, 1 second, I think Facebook there is an example. So how to write it, friends? Get means I have launched an application. Okay, here you can see Firefox is launched. I have maximized the browser. I'll tell you what does it mean in the coming slides because it is having some very good meaning. Then how to launch a browser, get, and how to find an object. So I'll say I'll delete this. Sorry, don't delete it because I won't be able to. I won't come to know how to what is the property of it. Okay, so I'll put this command here. So 1 second, yeah. So how to find an object? I'll say find element. I have pressed control space, it is giving me a hint. So find element, and elements means what? You can get multiple objects or you can get a single object. So we'll see in the keyword driver how these two will differentiate. As of now, we'll go with element. So find element, and then I'll say there is a class called by dot. You want to find with which? You want to find with ID, you want to find with text, link text, name, partial text, tag name, XPath, class name, CSS, and one second. So these are the list of properties that you can use, okay? Other than this, if you have anything, you need to write an XPath, like a relative XPath. So you can give a class name, you can give CSS, you can give ID, you can give link text, you can give name. You can give partial text, like lost your password. I'll say your password only. So even it will find it rather than. So where it is helpful, if you have a big paragraph in that, within that paragraph you have some link, okay, some data with a link. Then what you will do, you will just give the link data, it will work for you. That is called partial name text, okay? And you can give a tag name, so we'll see how to use tag name. And other than this, if you have any other property, we have to use XPath. That is a custom relative XPath we need to write, or custom XPath, okay? So right now here you saw that I have an ID property, okay? So let me delete this line. I'll find the object with this property, and first what I'll do, what does clear means? If you have any data in your text box, it will clear the data and then it will enter Sushobhit or Venkat. Okay, it will enter Venkat, and in the second last name it will enter I think not Sabita. Okay, if I'm not wrong, forget me friends. Okay, so there are scenarios that if you try to enter anything, Selenium will itself clear the data and then it will enter the data. Okay, so that is good. But in few applications I have seen, it will, if already Venkat is written and I am trying to enter Sabita there or trying to enter Anuj there, it will append the data with that. It will write Venkat Sabita. It will write Ruchika. If already Ruchika name was there, it will write Ruchika Ranjit. So if I am entering Ranjit, it will append with Ruchika. So it's always good to clear the data and then enter it. Okay. So now Anuj, this is a demo for you. You were asking how to interact with it. So you guys, this thing is clear. How to find the how to add the property. There we were saying driver.type and we were typing a property comma with the value, but in WebDriver we say driver.find element, and they say by dot, it can be any property, ID, name, link text, partial text, tag name, XPath. And then we'll, if it is ID, we'll give the ID property. We'll clear it, send the value, clear the data, send the value, and then we'll enter the mobile number, how to a mobile field, then we'll enter the value. So let me run this part of the code and we'll see how it is coming. So let me copy this part of the code first because I have some problem with my Firefox. So this is the only way to interact with it. So first you need to find an element, an object. So we say find element by what? ID, name, property, whatever things you have, and then we'll interact with it. Oh. Someone has pinged me a huge thing. Let me check. One second. Anuj has pinged me. Okay. I'll answer you, Anuj. Let me check what you have. So once it is launched, it is clearing first name and then entered Venkat, then cleared, then enter Sabita. Friends, I don't know, something is wrong with my system. These things should get completed in fraction of seconds. Okay, so it is running very slow. And Sabita, you can see the drop down, we are selecting it here. So this is a demo to it. So I'll show you how to do that also. Okay, through code. Sabita, you're there? Anuj, I'll see your code. I'm not sure what exactly you are ping me. Can you just send me quickly what it is exactly what you're trying to say? Pavel is a question. These ID contain numbers so are dynamic and might change. Yes, it will change. Very good point that you have noted down here. Okay. As of now, it will not change because it is in a go live. But maybe after 6 months or after a year, if they comes with a new fresh GUI, it may change. Okay. So whenever you have any numeric value in the ID, never go it. And most of the time, you will see that the numeric value will come with that. So you can use any other property. Okay. Okay, Pavel. That's very good, Pavel. Thanks. So Anuj is saying it is opening CMS open source homepage. Then I'm trying to click e-commerce link. It is failing. Don't worry, Anuj. I'll tell you. No need to worry. I'll give you extra 5 minutes. I'll spend with you for that issue. Okay. Right now, just try to focus here. What I'm telling you, we'll do it. That it will be hardly take a fraction of seconds, Anuj. That issue. But if you'll miss the things here, you won't. Again, you have to see the recordings to understand it. Okay. Maybe you can get asked few more questions related to this. I'll give you special 5 minutes extra for you. I'll wait it for you. Okay. So how to find a property? Find element by this by.id and then we'll get the property of it. Savita, you're there. Okay. I'm not sure Savita has. Okay. So let me go back to the PPT once again. I think Savita has, let me cross check it once again. Give me a second, friends. Savita is not online. Okay, I think she's facing some problem. Okay, not a problem. So web element commands, what we have, how to find it, we saw this. Okay, let's go to the next slide. So what options we saw? We can find by ID, we can find by name. So this thing is very much clear, right? ID name is clear. We'll see class name, tag name, link text is same as we saw text there in the RC. What is partial link text? We have seen CSS and XPath. Okay. So let me show you in the slide itself. So it will be clear for you. You guys can practice it. It's very easy. The way we did do for ID, you can do for name also. So ID is a unique property, but make sure sometimes this attribute value is auto-generated. So don't take if you find any auto keyword or gen keyword or ext keyword or any numeric value and any value property ending with numeric. Okay. So in that case, you should not go with ID. But most of the time it will be unique. For by name, you have driver.find element by name, so you can enter the username and you can get the object of it, and then you can perform an action. So whenever we say find element and I say by.id and I'll get the ID, so it will return me an object. Then with that element, I'll say I can do many things. I can clear the data. Okay, I can send keys. I can get the location of that box. I can get the text of that field. I can check whether it is displayed or not. I can check it is readable, enabled or not. I can check the checkbox. Is select is used for checkbox. I can check whether my checkbox or radio button is checked or not. We'll see in the coming slides. If I want to enter anything, I'll say send keys. If I want to click on submit, means if it is a button, I want to say, okay, I found the property of an element, I want to click on it, I'll say submit. Even I can use click. So these are the things we have. Okay. So we'll go in a flow point to point and we'll see how to do it. So in the PPT itself, I have put the examples and everything so you guys can see to it and do a hands-on. Okay. So let me go back quickly to the next slide. So same way for class name, you guys wherever you see dot class property, put it here and test it. Then tag name, okay, let me show you an example for a tag name. So wherever you see a body, okay, let me show you an example here. So, okay, let me first comment out this part of the code. Save, go back. I'll remove this part X from here and put it here. I've commented out this part of the code. Okay, let me copy this line also and put it inside this. So we'll see this part of the code only. So I'll say driver.find element by tag name. Okay, and name of the tag is what? What does that tag mean? It means these tags: HTML tag, head tag, body tag. So I want to get the body tag and I'll get whole data out of it. So I'll say body, the way it should be, it is in lowercase case, and I'll say CISO means system.out.println if I want to print anything in console, and whatever body I have got, the tag, I'll say get me the text of it. Okay, print it in console. Let me run this part of the code for you. So I'm saying going to a specific tag. So this is an option for you when you want to check the page content. Okay, so if everything comes in a body, if you look into the source code, your full page data comes in a body. So if you want to validate any data, so what you will do, you will say find element by tag name and you'll give the body. You'll get the full body data out of it. And then if you want to check, like Jadeep has logged in. So Jadeep profile will be there, or somewhere Jadeep name is there, or Jadeep has done a registration today. So within that data we'll check that data dot contains Jadeep registration. Okay, or if I want to, Anuj has done something, so Anuj related data I want to check in that. So I'll say that data dot contains Anuj related data. Okay, so let me show you in console. One second, friends. Not sure how should I put it back. 1 second. Restore it. Pin. Okay. So here you can see it has printed out the complete data of the page source. Okay. So page, create a page for celebrity, brand or business. So in the Facebook site, you can see this full data is there. Okay, so you can get the data from the page using this tag name also. I gave you an example how where you can use the tag name. Okay, 1 second, I want to keep it back. Okay, so this was clear to you, friends, how to use a tag name. Okay, so let me go to the next slide. We have link text. So wherever you find any link, in those places you can use it, like how to write it. Okay, my Facebook account was already logged in, so let me close this first. So again this, 1 second. So let me take an example on Chrome only. So I'll say Gmail account, or not Gmail. Again, I'm logged in, so it will create a WordPress example waiting. So link you can see here. Okay. So if I type, right click on it, and I'll say inspect element, and I can get the data. Lost your password. Okay. Lost your password. So if I'll go back and if I say find element by, let me copy this line again here, enter. So if I say find by link text, okay, so this time I'm saying link text. So which text it has to find on the application? It has to find lost your password. Okay. So if I find an element with this link text, it will find. Now what is the one more way we have? I'll just copy this part of the line. I'll put it here and I'll say partial link text. Okay. So instead of looking for exact data, what I'm saying, I can say lost your, that's it. even it will find and click on it. So I'll say element dot click. Okay, so it helps you in exactly finding an element and doing it. So if you want, I can give you a demo also quickly. Let me copy this line, let me put it here, comment Facebook, go back to the application, copy the CMS, go back to the code and change this domain, and let me run this part of the code. For this, I'm not clicking on it. I just took partial text path, so partial link text, so that will work. Okay, no such element found. Is not able to find. Okay, let me cross check. By link text lost your password. Okay, actually the problem is that I took a wrong name here. The word was copy this. This was the exact text. So you can see in the JUnit the issue has come from which line? The issue has come from okay, the problem was that I missed this. This was wrong. This is the complete word I have. Okay, and then we have two more cases. This was there. So I know that this is not work because we have already clicked on it. We'll see it afterwards. But this part of the code is done. Okay. Because already we have clicked on lost your password, so partial text, link text, it will not find, so it will not find. Can I get a quick hi from everyone quickly? Because I don't know, in between I saw Savita left, but I didn't like it. She didn't told that she is leaving. Maybe she's facing some problem in the connectivity. That can also be a reason. So it has clicked on it. It was clicking on it, but we were not able to see that it has actually clicked on it because it was so fast. So let's put some weight here so that we can see that it has actually clicked on it. So I'll put a wait for 2 seconds or 5 seconds. It's in millisecond, friends. So whenever this is one of the way, we'll see in wait, you will come to know how to write it. So let me save it for a time being and rerun the test. My window is moving around, so okay, that's good that you guys are there. And so how is the session going, friends? Lots of practical demo. So again, a quick question. Are you guys getting it? How to do it? That's good. That's good, Teja. JD, it's great learning a lot. That's good. Let me know if any point of time you people are facing a problem, because I know I'm trying my best to explain you guys. I'm expecting that whatever things I told you, it's good. See, you saw that I clicked on it, and now I'm waiting for 5 seconds to come. Okay, that's good. Yes, Anuj, you need to do practice a lot. Yes, same Venkat is saying that practice is required. Yes. So we saw that it has clicked on it. Now let me comment out these two lines because I clicked on it. Let me check that how it is coming for this page. Means this part of the code is working on it. And let me put the weight after this. So this is looking little bit chunk data, chunk code. Save it, give me and hit enter, hit enter. So this gives a good picture. So I'll try to do with lost your code. No such element found. It is not able to find lost your. Let me try with lost only. So link text resident, that's good. So we can do with XPath and CSS. So you can, what you guys have to do, the yesterday session, remember it, find the XPath, put it here and interact with the application for CSS and XPath. Okay.